Welcome to the introductory psychology sequence. Let me begin with a question, a confession, and a deep, dark, even murky secret. First, the question. Why do you think I'm posting this introductory video in week 2 rather than week 1? Many ELAs do this, and they tend to do it in week 1. But I've reflected on psychology theory, and I've decided that week 2 would be better, based on very sound psychology. Why do you think that was? How about you responding to my week 2 introduction and giving me some ideas about why you think I've gone for week 2 rather than week 1? And do you think it was a good idea? Let me move on now to my confession. I must confess to you that there's nothing I'd rather be doing than teaching and learning with you, and particularly in the discipline of psychology. Psychology is extremely dynamic. It has its traditions, which is important, but it's a field that's pushing the boundaries, coming up with new things all the time. When I read the textbook every trimester, I always learn something new. When I read new research and look at assessments as they change, I learn new things. But most of all, I learn from you. The student group is so diverse and often so dynamic itself. But the diversity in terms of age, experience, background, occupation is such that the posts bring new insights all the time, new perspectives, things I haven't thought about. So for me, it's a learning and teaching experience. And every trimester, I look forward to doing it. It's something that I thoroughly enjoy. What's my role? How do I see my role? I see myself as your mentor and your guide. Not necessarily the person that's going to give you every single answer. Much of your learning will be self-directed. That's the nature of online. But I'm here to guide, mentor, and give you strategies. And a lot of the collab sessions will be strategy focused. Ways to approach assessments, ways to approach the exam. That brings me to the deep, dark secret. My deep, dark secret is that I'm a critical thinker. I'm sure you expected something else. I tend not to believe everything I read in the textbook or research papers. I tend to think, okay, let's look at this critically. And therefore, if you ask me a question, I may respond with another question. My belief in learning is that it's not often best done in terms of questions and answers. It's often best done in terms of exploring, looking for depth, thinking around the topic, considering all the options. That doesn't mean if you ask me the week before the exams, what's the exam date, Glenn? I'm going to say to you, there's many questions about the exam dates. Is an exam date reality? I'm going to, in fact, probably give you the exam date. And so if you ask me factual questions, I'll probably come back with factual responses. But once we get into the theory, into the realm of theory, or areas of psychology where there's some debate, I might well come up with questions that lead you to deeper thinking. So what do I expect from you? I see myself, as I've said, as a mentor, guide, strategist for you. I expect you, most of all, to enjoy the unit, get something meaningful from it, which would be great, and do as well as you can under the constraints you face. I'm as happy to see someone achieve a pass who studied under great constraints as someone achieve an HD. Having said that, every HD I see thrills me. I'm very happy to see every single one of you succeed. And that's my goal. If I can see every student in this group succeed in this unit, I'm going to be thrilled. So I'm looking to you to make me happy. That's your goal. Make Glenn happy by doing as well as you can. Enjoy the trimester, and I look forward to hearing from each one of you at least 2 or 3 times. Posting is not compulsory. I'd like to get to know a little about every single one of you. Talk to you during the trimester.